Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Today I am a SA, that is the Sergeant at the Arms for a day. My name is Monica and I'm playing a role, the SA, for a day. So in the today online meeting environment, there are few instructions that we follow. The first one is, I request you everyone to rename yourself. All Toastmaster can prefix the TM to your name and guest can prefix to the guest. I also request all the speakers and the role holders to prefix their role to their role and the name so that it's easy to identify them. I give you 10 seconds for this activity. Okay. All the speakers are requested to do a quick audio and video check before they start their speech.
Hello.
Hi, Monica. Am I audible and clearly visible? Speaker
Yes,
number 2.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would request you do not type in the chat box when the speaker is speaking, as it disturbs the speaker. You can use the private chat to provide feedback. You all are requested to keep your audio on mute in case you are not speaking. Please refrain from unnecessary moments or the sipping of drinks if your video is on. Please turn off the video in case you need to do so. Do not click on the share button unless your speech or the role required to do so. You can display the high five or namaste when taking over or leaving from the role. You can also connect with the tech master and the Zoom master, that is me, Toastmaster Monica. You can if you are speaker, then please ensure you pin the timer and confirm that the same you are visible and the timer cards are visible to you. This meeting is being recorded. In case you have any reservation, please let us know. You can network during the break and after the meeting. We have the networking session after the meeting. Please stay till the end of the meeting. Now, let me share the mission of our club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now let me introduce the Toastmaster of the day and the presiding officer of our club, Toastmaster Kalpana. What should I talk about her? She is brilliant since the first meeting I have joined, and she is my inspiration, and now she is going to represent SR and the many stories for that help to remember our school journey. Now I give over to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Kalpana.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Monica, for that introduction. It really touched my heart. Welcome everyone to the 68th meeting of Speakers Community Toastmasters Club. We all come across situations in our lives where we feel that it is the sips that we need to take from the cup of our life is always from a cup, but never from a saucer. But why not take it from a saucer too? I just came across an interesting poem today morning, and I would really like to read out this poem to you as my presiding officer address. This poem, The Drinking from My Saucer, is written by John Paul Moore. I have never made a fortune and it's probably too late now. But I don't worry about it that much. I am happy anyhow. And as I go along life's way, I am reaping better than I sowed. I am drinking from my saucer because my cup has overflowed. I don't have a lot of critics. I don't have a lot of riches. And sometimes the going is tough. But I've got loved ones around me, and that's what makes me rich enough. I thank God for his blessings and the mercies he has bestowed. I'm drinking from my saucer because my cup has overflowed. I remember times when things went wrong. My faith wore somewhat thin. But all at once, the dark clouds broke and the sun peeped through again. So God, help me not to gripe about the tough rose that I have hoard. I'm drinking from my saucer because my cup has overflowed. If God gives me strength and courage, when the way grows steep and rough, I'll not ask for other blessings. I'm already blessed enough. And may I never be too busy to help others bear their loads. Then I'll keep drinking from my saucer because my cup has overflowed. So take the sips from the sauce of your life too, because there is tea spilled in the sauce because your cup has overflowed. So find joy in every moment. Are there any guests today? All right, I do not see any guests, and yes. I welcome one and all of you. And before I begin my Toastmaster of the Day theme, yes, sir, yes, sir. We begin, yes, sir, yes, sir. From the time we come to the KG class, 3 bags full, one for my master and one for my dame and one for the little girl who lives down the lane, right? So there goes. The school days began with yes, sir. Let me tell you a small synopsis of Guru Purnima. It's only in India that we celebrate Guru Purnima. Guru Purnima day was decided because Maharshi, Rishi, Vedraj, who wrote the Gita and also wrote down or edited the Vedas, is Ved Vyas Muni. He was the first Guru. He was the first Guru and he was known as the Gurus of the Gurus. What is the exact role of a Guru? It is to transfer knowledge to its pupils. And believe me, our country is the only country that celebrates Guru Purnima because we know that from that aura, we can become gurus and we can grow. But tell me, how many of us have actually enjoyed being or liking our gurus when we were in school? We tried to outsmart our gurus. Am I correct? Can I see some raised hands about that? How many of us? How many of us were naughty enough to give them a bad time? I think I'm very glad Maharshi Muni was not my guru, because I gave them a tough time. I gave them such tough times. Let me talk about the way my teachers sometimes spoke out of sheer frustration. Kalpana, if you don't obey me, I'm going to make you run in the sun day and night. Understood? Make you run in the sun day and night. There is no sun in the night. One day, while we were having some conversation in the class and we wouldn't let our teacher take the attendance, and the teacher was so mad, the teacher told, all the absentees, raise your hand. And how are absentees going to raise their hand? We were that naughty, the teacher lost the cue to take a class. Before I hear your stories, let me tell you what Toastmaster is all about. This Toastmaster meeting 2 is divided into 3 segments. The first being prepared speech, the second being table topics round, And the third, of course, is general evaluators round. That means Guru ka bhi Guru. It is not just about Guru, it is Guru ka bhi Guru. So, but before we reach to the final Guru, let me introduce you as the monitor of this class right now. I don't want to be a Guru. I have 3 special monitors who generally help me. So, my first one is timer, because the timer needs to ring the bell to announce that the class is over, right? So my timer, Toastmaster Monica, kindly explain your role to rest of our students today.
Yes, thank you, Kalpana. Yes, as said, Kalpana, timer is an important role. So, welcome all. I'm a timer for a day. As a timer, it's my duty to time the prepared speeches, table topic, and evaluation. For the prepared speeches, the time allocated varies as per the project and will be stated by the evaluator. For example, for icebreaker, it is allocated 4 to 6 minutes, and for the table topic session, the time allocated is 1 to 2 minutes. For the evaluation, the time allocated is 2 to 3 minutes. Speaker must meet the specified time limit to qualify for the awards at the end of the meeting. I will display the green card at a minimum qualifying time, yellow card at the midpoint of the qualifying time, and the red card at the maximum qualifying time. For prepared speeches and evaluation, the speakers has the grace 30 seconds of grace before the minimum qualifying time and after the maximum qualifying time. For the table topic, there is a grace of 30 seconds only after the red screen is displayed. All the speakers who continue speak beyond the 30 seconds of grace will not be qualified for the wait. I will report the time taken by the speakers when called upon. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
That was very well done, timer. I am the monitor, remember. So no ahs and oohs even when the teacher pulls your ears. All right? To monitor your ahs and oohs and ums, we have Toastmaster Nayan. Take them the roles of the ah counter, Toastmaster Nayan.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I am the pillar counter for today. I will be calculating all the numbers of so, like, because, all the repetition of words, which are actually not making our speech very convenient, and it is impacting the audience. So I will be presenting a report when called upon by general evaluator to showcase that how many R's, and other pillar words have been used by the respective speakers. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day.
I am allowed to say as many as I want, but I'm now zeroing in on grammarian rule. Everybody's English should be perfect. No doubt about it. In fact, grammar should be perfect, whichever language you speak in. Can I now call out grammarian Toastmaster Ridhya? Ridhya, you're there to help me, right? Ridhya, please spotlight Ridhya, Zoom Master.
I think she's dropped out from the meeting.
Students who bunk the class, and today, I think somehow or the other, someone has found an escape route even from a Zoom platform. But no worries, a grammarian will be right back. Before she joins in, let us move on with prepared speeches. The prepared speeches. Let us see. Let's see. I will need to call up. Oh my God. I will need up the evaluator. You see, this student is very bad. I don't know how she became the monitor, to be honest. The first speaker is Toastmaster Aarti, and the guru, the evaluator of Toastmaster Aarti is Toastmaster Shashank. Toastmaster Shashank, may I request you to give us a brief about Toastmaster Aarti's speech? Kindly highlight Toastmaster Shashank.
Mic check. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for giving me this opportunity. My target speaker today, Toastmaster Aarti, is going to attempt her project for delivering a social speeches. Now, this project is in a two-part. She is going to attempt her first social speech today. The purpose of this project is to deliver and practice the delivering of social speech in front of club members. The note for the timer will be that speech is for the time limit of 4 to 6 minutes. There's ICB. And with that, I wish all the best to Toastmaster Aarti. And over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Excuse me, it's 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay, I think I observed 4 to 6 minutes also in chat and plus in agenda as well. So no problem.
Zoom master, highlight Aarti, please. Speaker 1. Speaker 1, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Monica, kindly highlight Aarti. Thank you.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
When you move your focus from competition to contribution, life becomes a celebration. Never defeat people, just win them. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Have you ever met a person who always lived for others? Who always sacrificed his desires for others? I am fortunate to have known such a person. He was a gem of a person who was kind-hearted, helpful, and always there for his family, friends, and colleagues. Yes, my uncle Himmat uncle, adorable, lovable, a guide, and a mentor. I think God also needs good people so they stay with us for a very little time. It's been 20 years past, but could not forget his love and sacrifice for the family. Let me take you to the flashback. When we were children, we used to visit our uncle's place for a fortnight. He would not buy many things for himself. He was very simple, but he will take us to the store and will tell to buy something for us without looking at the tag. He will insist to buy. We should not worry about the cost. He took up the job of a bank clerk so that my younger uncle can study and become a doctor. He did not wear shoes until his younger brother became a doctor. Sometimes I wonder how the wheel of karma works. He ate healthy food only, never ate junk food, lived healthy lifestyle. You all must be wondering how this uncle died. Let me tell you, one fine morning, he was doing Sirsasana and suddenly became unconscious. Later on, we came to know that there was a tumor in his brain because of Sirsasana that burst. And he died in a state of coma. I could not control my emotions. I was completely shattered. When ambulance arrived for the last ritual, I was lost. One of our relatives asked me, "When did you come?" I told her the year of my birth instead of when I reached Rajkot, Gujarat. There was a deep shock. When you lose someone near and dear, it's really difficult to accept the fact that he is not with us anymore. After a long 20 years of his death, I still miss him a lot. Maybe God needs him more than us. From that incident, I learned a lesson. Live life as there is no tomorrow. Enjoy. What is your opinion, Toastmasters? Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Speaker One. That was something we all actually are reflecting. Some people are gurus without having the title of being a teacher. That was wonderfully said. Since my grammarian had missed out the monitor, the third monitor, can we give her a chance once again, because she has something on the PowerPoint which she would like to share. So can I call back on stage grammarian Ridhya? Ridhya, could you just come on stage? Thank you so much for coming on the Zoom platform. Dheeraj, I think she has a PowerPoint. Could we just feature it here? Dheeraj? Yes.
Is it visible, Kalpana?
Yes, it is. It is. Thank you so much, Dheeraj. That was nice. Yes, Ridhya, could you just say some grammar? Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Sorry, I lost some connection here. So let me quickly introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is scintillate, spelling SCINTILLATE. The C is silent here. It's a verb meaning spark, sparkle, dazzle or impress with liveliness or wit. So some usages are scintillated, scintillating. Example, during the interview, the comedian came up with one scintillating response after another. You could see a question mark for the second example. I was asking, I wanted to give you a chance to come up with a word, but since we are running out of time and I'm interfering, I'm in the middle of the meeting, so let's just skip to the idiom of the day. So the idiom of the day is once in a blue moon, which means very rarely, very seldom, not so frequent. Example, that kind of opportunity comes once in a blue moon. Another example is the phenomenon of solar eclipse occurs once in a blue moon. So that is the word scintillate, and idiom of the day, once in a blue moon. So I hope you guys use this, and I'll be noting down, some good phrases and words, etc., and I'll give it at the end of the grammatical report. Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana. Yeah, back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hridaya, for that grammatical inputs. We really missed it. And we're glad it was a well-made PowerPoint. Let me now move on to our second speaker. The evaluator for the second speaker is none other than Raj Bharat, Toastmaster Raj Bharat. So, Master, kindly highlight Toastmaster Raj Bharat. Kindly highlight him, Zoom Master.
Hi, Kalpana. Am I audible? Visible?
Yes.
Great. Awesome. Greetings, everyone. Good to see you all again. And I am evaluated for the second speaker. Second speaker, Toastmaster Jaydeep, is delivering today final speech of level 2. Project is how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. And the objective of this speech is for him to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. And the purpose of this speech for him is to share some aspect of previous experience as protege. Timer, kindly note, time would be 5 to 7 minutes. We will display green at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7. My best wishes to speaker Jaydeep. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Kalpana.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raj. Toastmaster Joydeep. I think you haven't shared your title, so I'll just pass it on to you, Toastmaster Joydeep.
Thank you, Kalpana. No, I did share it. It's the guide. Somewhere it falls in with the Guru Purnima, and somewhere I'm going to talk about my practice. Okay, so let's begin. I think I can see the timer card. Mentor, quite a well-known term, isn't it? A person who guides you or helps you pave your journey all throughout in life or all throughout in your Toastmaster journey. But something which I came across for the very first time was mentee. I never heard this term called as mentee only till the time I entered this vast ocean of knowledge called Toastmasters. So I heard the term mentee for the very first time, or as we call it as a protege. So protege is someone who receives the knowledge from someone who is very influential, who's someone very experienced folk we call as the mentors. I was like the passenger who boarded a ship to take a tour of this ocean called Toastmasters without knowing where to go and where to head. And there were multiple destinations, we call it as pathways. The way we need a captain to steer our ship who will sail us through the unknown tides of the ocean. Similarly, I needed a mentor who will hold my hand and show me that path forward. As a protege, I have been fortunate to have someone to guide me all throughout in life. Same was the situation here as well. From Donna to Gyan to Anand, and one mentor who have always been there behind me, supporting me all throughout is Shweta. She saw the spark in me and guided me for achieving more here in Toastmasters. It is somewhere because of her I have grown up the ladder in the leadership journey. I remember my first mentor, Donna. She used to make sure that I took out time to give my speech, to prepare for my speech, and post that she also reviewed the speech that I should deliver. She even attended my first ICB speech, taking out time for the busy schedule. That small gesture motivated me more as a mentor. Seeing the efforts taken by her. Once it was Gyan who took the responsibility because Donna was not around, and he made sure that I delivered my L1P2 speech on time. This is how mentors are, right? Then, in my second Toastmaster cycle, it was Anand who became my mentor, who was assigned my mentor in my club, who helped me grow in this learning curve. At times, he made himself available at the very last minute so that he can review my speech and give the feedback needed so that I deliver a good speech in front of the club. I feel honored and lucky to have such mentors in life who are really once in a blue moon gems. Thank you to each one of you for making a difference in my life. As mentors, they have showcased you distinct qualities. To list a few, they discussed the challenges with me, with all the experience they garnered in here in Toastmasters. Second, they're compassionate with feedback through what I needed. They also pointed out what flaws I had. had without, and all the mistakes that I made so that I don't repeat it the next time. They showed me respect, gave or listened to my opinion and the understanding to the unique ideas that I carried forward. They prioritize checking on me whenever I'm stuck. So there's one story which comes to my mind. I completed my L1 P2. There's part 2 to it. So I was a little lethargic. I said, no, I don't want to write a new speech. And I can't even deliver the same speech in front of my same club. So my mentor Anand reached out to another club and said, why don't you deliver that speech to the same different club, wherein you have a new audience, just the same speech. So there I completed my level 1 project 2 part. They asked me meaningful questions so that I know where to channelize my thoughts, and I can focus on delivering the speech. And sixth, and the most important thing, they always been professional in their work and they have been committed towards. Frankly speaking, mentors are those jewelers who really know the value of those precious scintillating diamonds like us. I, as a mentee, always felt it is tough to be protege. But now, when I'm on the other side of the table, being the mentor to some of the members, I'm flabbergasted to realize that being mentor is tougher, since we are responsible to guiding them to the hidden treasures of Toastmasters, which if we fail, then even our prodigies will be in trouble. This brings me to an incident which I can recollect right now. So one of my mentors, Shweta, she made sure that I receive a very prestigious award. You won't believe, she actually followed up with Toastmaster International for over a period of a month. And I finally received that award. She made me realize my potential and my caliber to do more and achieve more here in Toastmasters. I remember a quote by Oprah Winfrey. A mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside you. And that's what Shweta did to me, because of whom I'm here. Till now, I've highlighted all my mentors who have supported me throughout in my learning curve, in pathways, and as a public speaker. Let me also give credit to all my mentors who have been pushing all throughout in my leadership journey. It has been Shweta, it has been Hardik, it has been Sapna, who have always been supportive, guided me, mentored me to take up the, be it club officer, be it district officer level, in every next step. They've always been the guiding stars in my life. I wish to be a similar mentor by following their footsteps who guided me. As a mentor, I always want to be that dependable one whom we can reach out to anytime, whenever needed. I want to be a part of many individual success stories. I want to be the guide who makes a difference to every life it touches while passing by the journey called life. With that, thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Kalpana.
That was really, really great. Yes. Even as we mock the gurus, even as we take advantage of the gurus, when we are in the shoes as a mentor or as a guru, I would like to quote something from Sanskrit over here. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Maheshwara. Guru itself is God. Guru itself shows us the path towards the light. Whether they are spiritual gurus or whether they are gurus who give us knowledge to help us along the way in our life. Believe me, I came to know what a guru is only after I myself became a trainer. Let me narrate a small incident of how difficult the role of guru is and how I now do regret taking my gurus for a ride. I, by the profession trainer, was working with Ansel University, and as I was conducting a class for the engineers, believe me, in Haryana, I don't want to name where I am, and I was organizing an activity. I just wanted one volunteer for the activity, and I spot a boy at the last bench, merrily sleeping, or rather his head down. I just called out to him and said, hey, we do need someone over here for an activity. Why don't you join us? Can you imagine what his answer was, I know Toastmaster doesn't endorse it, but this is an incident that actually happened, so I'm going to narrate it. He told me he was having a hangover. The laughter that erupted from the class as they all looked at me wanting to react. I, who was as naughty can ever be in my childhood, didn't even blink my eyelids. And I said, oh, seriously, go back right to sleep. We can do without one more volunteer. Guru cool is what I would like to narrate here. Every guru has to be cool to be an effective guru. So before that and after that, let the students take a chill pill while we also take a chill pill. I'm going to hand it over to the next class master, our table topic master, Toastmaster Kunal. Toastmaster Kunal, the Zoom platform is all yours. Zoom master, could you highlight Toastmaster Kunal?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kalpana. A very good evening to all my fellow members. I'm pleased to be your table topic master today. I'm sure after listening to our speaker Joydeep, you all must can relate that we value mentorship a lot in Toastmasters. Now, today I take this chance as a golden opportunity for me to express my gratitude towards my mentor, Toastmaster Kalpana. It's been 6 months in my Toastmaster journey, and she has been a very supportive and a caring mentor. And on my part, I have been throughout a yes ma'am right away mentee. I remember in the beginning of my Toastmaster journey, my participation in the table topics used to be once in a blue moon. But my mentor approached me and said, Kunal, you have to take the very first step. And see here today, I'm the one who is on the other side of the table. I'm the table topic master. So a theme of the table topic session is very relatable to our today's theme. We are going to have some random impromptu table topics wherein all the speakers are requested to speak on the topic for about 1 to 2 minutes. So I'll be taking over the volunteers. Do we have any volunteers to begin with? I think we have Toastmaster Raj. Would you like to take the first step? I think he is not there.
He's there.
Okay, he is there. All right. Toastmaster Raj, can you hear me?
Yes, Kunal, I can hear you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. So your topic is, if you had to be a teacher, what would you teach? If you had to be a teacher, what would you teach, Toastmaster Raj?
Thank you, Kunal, for this good topic, important, beautiful topic. Teaching is one of the beautiful professions we have in our society. We are here today only because someone has taught us something. It started at home when parents, mother, friends, school teachers, college professors, colleague at workplace, different inspirational speakers, all those people who are in our surrounding, we get some learning from them. They taught us directly, indirectly. Among all those, what we learn, I learned what value they are providing to us, what important life skills they are providing to us. And when I get chance to teach someone, when I get chance to help someone, I just try to make sure that I can help them to have values, life skills, because we can learn many things from the books about courses, about studies, about professional things, which we can earn. But those values which makes us a good human being, which makes us a good person, we can learn from different personal experience. So whenever I get chance, or I will get chance, I will definitely try to pass those values which I learned from my friends, my teachers, my families, my fellows. I will pass those values to everyone. Thanks so much, Kunal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raj, for sharing a wonderful insight on the topic. Now, do we have a next volunteer, or?
Well, I would like to practice.
Great. Zoom Master, could you please highlight Toastmaster Nayan?
I would also like the timer to have the timer cards.
Yeah, please.
So once he will start, when he will start, the timer will.
Sure, that will work. So Toastmaster Nayan, your topic is teachers in your kid's school versus teachers in your school. Teachers in your kid's school versus teachers in your school. Toastmaster Nayan.
So first and foremost, thank you, Toastmaster Kunal, for a wonderful and scintillating topic. And I can completely relate to this particular topic because it is a debate day in, day out in my family. Because my son has just started going to school. And every day, and me and my wife used to discuss that our times are different, our teachers are different. And now our teachers were different and his teachers are completely different. The way the school is approaching the study, the focus of the schools are completely shifted. In our time, the focus was primarily on other subjects like math, science, primarily other stuff. Now, the school focuses mostly on values. They focuses a lot in terms of other development, be it in terms of literature, be it in terms of arts. It is a complete development that the school is focusing. My son has just started going to junior KG school, but now they have phonics as a subject. He started learning phonics, BAT, BAT, A, B. It's a completely different world nowadays. And then I used to ask, is it really worth it? Can he grasp all these things? Or is it like, will he be able to use all these things in the future? Or is it like we are pushing him right now too much? Or should we wait for it? So we don't have an answer for it, but we are facing those challenges. But obviously the time has also changed. It is the need of the hour. It is like that. He has to be ready to face all those challenges which will be there in the future, not with respect to the current time that we are in, because the world will move like 20 years at a completely different pace. So he has to be ready for next 20 years rather than he has to compete in today's world. So obviously today's teachers are preparing him for the next 20 years, whereas our teachers have prepared us for current generation. So I believe both the teachers have done their wonderful job. All of them had played their good job. That's why we are here. And even I completely trust the teachers that are helping my son to groom better so that he can handle all the challenges in the future. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Kunal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nayan. As people say that parents are also our first teachers, so I'm sure you are going to be a great teacher too. Well, on that note, do we have our next volunteer? Toastmaster Ridya, are you there?
Okay, yes, I'm here.
Great. So,
Okay.
yeah. Don't worry, you'll do well. Yes. So, Toastmaster Ridya, your topic is teacher you feared the most. Teacher you feared the most. Toastmaster Ridya.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Kunal. That might be a tough question. Just one? Should I just name one? No, I'll not name anyone because I'm still being taught by teachers. So I have many teachers in my school life that I've been very much scared. But uh, I have to mention that no, they're like the teachers who I was, who I feared the most. Uh, Scintillated me with their classes. Yeah, I was scared that's totally another game, like another thing. But their classes were so scintillating, and I didn't miss those because the what they taught was, as Toastmaster Nayan said, developed my potential and all that. So I'm really grateful to them. But they but even the thought of them scares me. But eventually we love those teachers that because of the values they shared with us. So yeah, I don't want to name any, and because it's Guru Purnima, I would like to remember those teachers who played a great role in my life, to making me, or to making the person I am today. So yeah, I would just wind up with that. Back to you, Toastmaster Kunal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vidya, for sharing your experience. That was pretty relatable. Now, do we have Toastmaster Rajiv here? Toastmaster Rajiv, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, would you like to participate?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, great. So, Toastmaster Rajiv, your topic is your role model. Your role model, Toastmaster Rajiv.
Yeah, I'm audible. Yeah. Actually, my role model in my life is my parents and my colleagues all. But actually, I learn most in my life is through internet or Google. So I don't think you got any platform to learn much better than a Google or internet?
Okay, I think we have lost him. Kunal, you continue.
Yeah, all right, all right. You can stop sharing, Dheeraj. All right. So we can move ahead. Now, can we have one more last volunteer? I think we can have Toastmaster Shashank on the spot as he's a guest today. Great. So can we have him on the spotlight? Zoom Master, could you please highlight Toastmaster Shashank? Thank you. So Toastmaster Shashank, your topic is how has been your mentoring experience in Toastmasters? How has been your mentoring experience in Toastmasters, Toastmaster Shashank?
Thank you, Toastmaster Kunal. That experience of almost more than a year long now, I had to condense it in a 5 to 7 minutes when I gave that speech. And now today you are forcing me to condense it into 1 to 2 minutes. I think I am going to the limits of the compression skills that I have got. What I have learned from my mentoring experiences. So I have got experience from the two perspective, right? When what others as a mentor did to me, and how I as a mentor see my mentees being influenced or seeing them progressing. So I would say my mentor is right here in this call, Toastmasters Joydeep, right? So I had couple of mentors during my Toastmasters journey of 2 years long as of now, till now, and then Joydeep is one of those mentors. How impacts the mentors? Thank you, Joydeep, first of all, for being my mentor and being there. So mentoring experience has what has told me is that you being there whenever they need you, right? Because it's not about when you are free, it is always about when they need your help. And if you live up to that expectations from them, for them, then I think one step for the mentoring you have done right. Second thing for the mentors is not to tell, that I have learned is not to tell that, hey, this is right or this is wrong, but to tell that if you do that way, you will achieve this or you will lose this. If you do this way, you will achieve this and you will lose this. And then you leave it up to them, that, hey, what path you want to take and how much you want, and in what direction you want to move ahead. So these are the core two learnings that I had from my mentors and from myself as a mentor to others. Over to you with that, Toastmaster Kunal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shashank. Indeed, you were very successful in your compression part. What a great table topic. Now, I think we can have one more last table topic, as we have 2 more minutes left. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Aarti, if she wants to come up on the stage.
Okay.
Great. So Toastmaster Aarti, your topic is, how could we give our teachers the appreciation they deserve? How could we give our teachers the appreciation they deserve? Toastmaster Aarti.
That's a wonderful topic, Toastmaster Kunal. All the topics that you have that are really good, and this one specifically, we cannot gift. We can gift some roses or some precious gifts to our gurus and teacher. But do you think, is it enough? The efforts they are making to help us grow. It is not enough to give some monetary things, but always we should also try to fulfill their whatever they want from us. The teachers have some values. The teachers think that we should be the person that others also respect us, and we should be like them. So we should try to inculcate some of their good points and good virtues, and the way they treat their student, the way they guide their student. So that's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aarti. So now the period has to be over because it's already 4:55. Now I would like to call upon the timer to give us the timing details of all the table topic speakers. Toastmaster Monica.
Yes. For the table topic session, the Toastmaster Raj took 2 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Nayan took 2 minutes 13 seconds. Toastmaster Ridha took 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster Raju took only 24 seconds. Toastmaster Shashank took 2 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Aarti took 1 minute 21 seconds. Except the Toastmaster Raju, all are qualified for the OT. Over to you, Toastmaster Kunal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. Now, I think all the speakers are qualified for the final results. Now, I would like to call upon our class teacher, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kalpana. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kunal. That was a wonderful table topic round. All our teachers are scintillators in our life. It has never been a once in a blue moon effort for them, because they have continuously poured something into us, not just knowledge, but even values, even motivation, to help us reach where we are today. So let's check who are the scintillators of today's rounds of table topic as well as the speakers round. Can I ask Toastmaster Dheeraj to launch the polls for the best speaker as well as the best table topic master?
Just 1 second for the table topic round.
Yes.
Yeah.
The polls are ready, Monica. It can be raised.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, I think both the polls are done. 2 of our classes have ended. Now it is time for the third class, our scintillating guru, general evaluator, Toastmaster Dheeraj. Toastmaster Dheeraj, may I ask you to give us an evaluation for this meeting? Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day and presiding officer, Toastmaster Kalpana. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so before I go ahead, I can see Rajiv has raised his hand. So Rajiv, do you want to say anything? Do you have any inquiry? A question from us? We will be happy to help you. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, there are someone calling at the door, so I.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No issue. We can understand it. That's not an issue. Thank you. Okay, so with this, I start my general evaluation round. So before I give my general evaluation, we have 2 of the best evaluators to evaluate the today's 2 scintillating speeches. So I would like to call upon evaluator for speaker 1, that is Toastmaster Aarti, and to evaluate her speech, we have Toastmaster Shesha. So over to you, Toastmaster Shesha. Timer note, this timing is 2 to 3 minutes.
Check. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and you are visible.
Okay. Let me give me a second. I think I'm not able to see the cards. Yes. Okay. Good. I hate you, Toastmaster Aarti, for picking up the occasion of eulogy, because it made me remember the times of when I lost my father, what I felt then, and what I feel now. But hey, again, it is to highlight that how your speech made me connect with whatever you were delivering, whatever you saying. Your structure was well in place about opening, say, body or close. But the thing that I would like to highlight most is the opening. It was the most impactful portion of your speech. You didn't direct rush through talking about the person or the occasion. You took a moment to connect with an audience with the help of quote, by asking them a question, and then slowly migrating to the occasion to which you were speaking. Second thing that I would like to mention, that what I appreciated during your speech was your calm and composed demeanor and the limited body movement, which was apt for the occasion that you had selected. Being it had been it about the toast for your friend's wedding, it would not have been energetic enough. But being it an occasion of eulogy, that was very well. Now, every speech has a scope of improvement, including mine. But for my speech, I leave it to the general evaluator. And right now, let me help you. First thing, coming to the structure, what I felt, there was a little disconnect between opening, closing versus body, right? When you mentioned about the celebrating life at start and end, what do I pick up from that? I mean, you should I expected that you talk more about how your uncle celebrated life, how your uncle lived his life at fullest. What was the learning for us as an audience, as the listeners, from your uncle's life to live at the fullest, right? So in between, we were talking about how uncle lived, how what disease he was succumbed to. But then the opening or the closing what was little different than what we were talking about during the speech. Second improvement, that suggestion that I would like to give is a clear presentation of the purpose of the occasion. If it was a real eulogy, then the gathering or your white dressings would have been a way to tell that, hey, we are at eulogy. But when we are giving the speech, to give that explicit mention to the audience that we are here to remember the life that my uncle celebrated, the 60 years long celebration that my uncle had, right? Those kind of words or the phrases will make that explicit mention that why we are gathering here today. So given these two improvement suggestions from my end, I am again reiterating the strong part of your speech was, do you understand that what kind of body postures and gestures goes with what kind of speech, and you understand that connecting to the audience during the start of the speech is how important. Makes most sense that, and makes me confident that you have a great public speech journey ahead in future. With that, all the best for your future speeches, and over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, evaluator 1, for evaluating the speaker 1. Okay, now with this, I request evaluator for the speaker 2, that is Toastmaster Raj Bharat, come on the stage and evaluate the speech given by Toastmaster Joydeep, speaker 2. Over to you, Toastmaster Raj.
Hi, Dheeraj. I hope I am audible.
Yes, your hope is right. You are audible.
Awesome. Great. A mentor is someone who gives hope to mentee in that situation when they feel that there is no one to holding my hand. What a beautiful speech delivered by Toastmaster Jagdeep regarding his experience as a mentee. In his speech, he clearly shared how he got elevated with the help of his mentors. Whether it's Sweta, whether it's Anand, whether it's fellow leader at District 98. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Jagdeep, for sharing your experience as protege, which is really backbone, or we can say soul of Toastmasters, which we say mentoring. How you excel in your speech. Let me share. As you started, you spoke significance of mentoring. Why mentoring is important. Why it was need for you. So a speaker gave focus on this at the start, why mentoring is important and how it is helping an individual within Toastmasters. Moving forward, he said how his mentor Sweta helped him to develop his communication track, and how his mentors like Hardik, Sapna, and other fellow experienced Toastmasters helped him to develop at leadership journey. I felt he shared very deep insight, his personal experience very deeply, as he was speaking from his heart while he was sharing. So I will say he clearly mentioned how Toastmasters is envisioning a mentoring program which is helping every individual, every member to elevate their track of communication and leadership. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Jaideep, for having deep insight in your speech regarding concept of mentoring. Coming to a few points which I would like to highlight for you, which you can work to enhance your speech quality, speech delivery at better level, at higher level, I can say. I felt initially that when you were speaking, your hand gesture were a lot moving. So at that moment, I would advise that plan or draft your content in such a manner that use your hand gesture at right moment. Suppose you are emphasizing on one point, then use hand gesture. Just keep it behind that. Second point I would like to highlight for you is you can work a little more on the structure part of your speech. Probably how specifically your one mentor help, then come to second mentor, then probably at third mentor. So it can give you more a structured way of presenting. I felt it was little overlapping here and here. But yes, I love to listen to your experience, just to have more structured way of presenting and could use a body language. I feel you will create more impact when you will share your experience as mentee in your future speeches. Thank you so much, Jayati. Back to you, General Evaluator Dheeraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raj Bharat, for evaluating our speaker 2. Now let me call upon the scintillator of Toastmaster meeting. That is our tag team, the stars of any meeting. So I would like to call upon the timer of today's meeting to give the timing report of both the evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Monica, the timer of today's meeting.
Yes, for the evaluation.
Yes, only. Yeah.
Yeah, for the evaluators, the timing report is the Toastmaster Shashank took 4 minutes 29 seconds and the Toastmaster Raj took 3 minutes 48 seconds. Over to
you,
later.
Okay, so let me raise the poll for both the evaluators.
Yes, let us go ahead with the poll because it sounded as if.
Yeah, I have raised the poll. Please do the polling. Okay, it's done.
Is once in a moon thing when overrun speakers get to be on ballot.
Okay, actually what happened, I was parallelly evaluating that time and I found it that it was less than 3 minutes 30 seconds. That's why I allowed it. So you need not to worry.
Even I realized it that
because
somewhere it was in there.
Yeah, because our timer, Toastmaster Monica, is a new timer. So I already keep myself parallel that if she fails, I start the timer cards. So I was parallelly monitoring the time, and there is no doubt that both the evaluators have qualified. Okay, with this, and thanks for raising the issue, because it should not happen that if someone has overshooted, then also we are giving him the chance to be part in the polls. Now let me call upon the stage the next pillar of the tag team, that is our counter, who is Toastmaster Nair. Over to you, Toastmaster Nair.
Hey, hi everyone. It's scintillating to have all the speeches and observe that so many speakers have rarely used filler words. And I would like to share some of the once in a blue moon words which are not been used by many of our speakers today. That is sorry, because. So that's good to see that. Also, I have seen that so many speakers, scintillating speakers who have rarely used filler words are Toastmaster of the day Kalpana, Toastmaster Kunal, and Speaker Joydeep. So great job. Other than that, we have Monica, who has used 7 filler words. We had Grammarian Hridaya, who used primarily 7 to 8 filler words, but not many repetitions. Evaluator Shashank, he used almost 7 to 8 filler words and a couple of repetitions. Speaker Aarti, 3 filler words and twice repetition of words. And then we have evaluator Raj, who has used 2 long pauses, not repetition of words. And then we have Toastmaster Rajiv, who took 1 long pause, 2 us, and 1 but. So great job, guys. Thank you. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you for the detailed and wonderful report. I can see that you are performing 2 roles at a time, and that's kudos to the Toastmaster, because we learn to perform multiple roles in our Toastmaster journey. Now let me call upon teacher. And let me call upon the stage the grammarian of today's meeting, Toastmaster Hridaya. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So as I introduced the word scintillating and idiom, once in a blue moon, I thought that I could hear those words just once in a blue moon, but I was wrong. I could hear the idiom and word of the day many times, so I'm really happy. And I might have lost some, due to some internet connection, but as of now, the word scintillate was used 9 times and idiom 5 times, if I'm not wrong, because I missed, missed some the first speech and all that. So excluding that and excluding what I had pronounced, what I have, what I said, other than that, the words were used 9 times and the idiom 5 times. So highlighting some of the phrases of the meeting. One was of the speaker, second speaker, Joydeep. The phrases were a passenger who boarded the ship. Another one was sail us through the unknown tides. And some of the words which I would like to highlight is that lethargic, meaning lack of energy, dull, inactive, and flabbergasted, meaning greatly surprised. Both of them were used by Speaker Joydeep, and also by evaluator Shashank. Demeanor, meaning behavior towards others. Reiterate, say something again or a number of times. So yeah, I would like to wind up the grammarian report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, grammarian Toastmaster Hridaya. Thanks for such a detailed and wonderful report. Now, before I start giving my evaluation report, let's have the polling for the auxiliary role players. I am raising the polls for auxiliary role players. Please do the polling. Okay, it is done. Okay, now let me start the evaluation of today's meeting, overall evaluation. And before I start the evaluation, I would like to bring in the kind notice of everyone that all the XCOM is a newcomer. They have hardly taken few days back all the roles. And you can see that all the role players are performing 2 to 3 roles in this meeting, and they are able to perform it seamlessly. So kudos and appreciation and a big round of applause for all the players showing enthusiasm and performing under the pressure. So I will start with the Sergeant-at-Arms, that is Toastmaster Monica, who is also performing the role of the timer card. She opened the meeting on time, 30 minutes before the scheduled meeting, so that all the role players can test their audio, video, and any presentation if they're. She clearly mentioned the roles and the duties as a Toastmaster and what we Toastmaster inspire for in the beginning of the meeting. That's a good thing to do. Then our presiding officer. So she is very enthusiastic, and she is also taking up the role of Toastmaster of the day. And whenever she comes on the stage, she brings the charm to the stage by bringing and using her voice modulation techniques, her acting skills. And yes, today's theme totally suits on her because she is a good teacher, because I have seen him working as an XCOM and as a member of the Toastmaster. Now coming to the tag team, timer card, timer. So the timer of the today's meeting performed her role very well. She mentioned the timing in a detailed manner. Our counter, we can see that he is also performing multiple roles at a time. He was doing the role of father as well as the our counter of today's meeting. And grammarian, one thing is very good about the grammarian, that she missed the connection in between the meeting, but anyhow she came back. She was not nervous and she fluently performed his duty and mentioned about the role as a grammarian and mentioned the word of the day and the phrase of the day. Now coming to the Toastmaster of the day. So she is wonderful. She has a very good speaking skills, but one thing which could be improved is you could have seen the speech title of all the speakers beforehand, and as she is a presiding officer, she could have ensured that the speech titles are there on the agenda as well. Coming to the speaker one, one thing very good about her, that she is improving in her every speeches. I have seen her. She is very calm, modest, and not only while speaking, while performing her role. I've seen that in a difficult situation also, she maintains her modesty, she maintains her calmness, composedness, and delivers and executes her duty. Her speech was very good, pace was excellent. And one thing good that I realized in today's speech, that she was able to put emotions in her speech. Like we were able to understand and we were able to feel the grief of her loss that she has experienced. One thing which I felt like, although it was not required in today's meeting, she could have used the screen properly because she was sitting like, but that is suitable for today's speech. Coming to the speaker too. Okay, so yes, he is a very good speaker, and that is why he is in the topmost post of the Toastmaster. And few things which I liked very much about her speech is the way he correlated the thing. Like he has correlated Toastmaster with a vast ocean of knowledge, and then he resembles other things like destination with the journey of the pathway of the Toastmasters. He gives the real life example of his journey as a Toastmaster. His speech was very confident, and he showed gratitude. One thing that he can improve, like he was sitting throughout the speech, and his hand movements were a lot excessive in nature. So excessive hand nature, although we can see that you are not nervous, but excessive hand movement indicate that the speaker is little bit of nervous, although you are not, but that is the indication which an excessive hand movement give. Another thing, like when you are already very good articulator, I can see your structuring of sentences was very good, but one thing that can be improved is the structuring of your whole speech, like which your evaluator has mentioned. And another thing that, like when you are giving a speech, use full screen, like you can come forward, you can go back, you can be, that will add to your speech, because you already a very good speaker, and if you will add these things to your speech, you will be at the tip of your speech capabilities. Now coming to the table topic master, wonderful starting by the Kunal Anand. Then we can see that with each step he is gaining more confidence, more robust, and I can think soon he will be one of the star of the Toastmaster, and we all will be knowing that he is holding one of the posts. Interesting. And one thing good, that although we all are hesitant, even I am hesitant in coming forward for the table topic, because impromptu we all become nervous. So generally what I do, I generally become the table topic master, or I keep calm and don't come forward. So it's a good thing that he called the name and brought the speaker, all the members on the board to come forward and give the table topic speech. Next time, whenever you see me in the table topic, you also call me, because I'm generally a nervous person in impromptu session. Okay, coming to the evaluator 1. Okay, so he's very calm, composed. One thing very good about him, that throughout the meeting, his video was on. That clearly shows his dedication for the meeting and dedication for whatever work he performs or executes. Another thing that I liked about his evaluation is, like everyone says that it could be better, it could be improved, but how to improve? So he gave the example that what could have the speaker have done that improves the quality and the capability as a speaker. And one more thing, yes, in every speech, there should be some takeaway for the audience. So that also a good evaluation given by the Shashank. Coming to the evaluator to Raj Bharat. So we rarely have such types of evaluation once in a blue moon. What I like about the Toastmaster Raj Bharat is his dedication, his patience for his role. So you can see the way he gives his speech. Every word you can understand. If you calmly listen to him, you will understand 100% of the things which he want to mention. Another thing, like we have seen him performing the role as the area director, he goes into the depth of his role. He performs it very dedicatedly. I can see that there was a missing by the timer card at 3 minutes 38 seconds as a timing of evaluation, but it was actually 3 minutes 29 seconds. And I parallelly opened my timer card presentation and timer. So that's why I allowed him to pair for the polling. With this, I think I have covered everyone in the speech. Our guest Rajiv Ranjan was also good. I think that in between there was some problem. That's why he could not complete his speech, but that was also a very excellent speech. With this, I end my evaluation session and I hand over it to presiding officer of today's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Kalpana.
Just a second. Yeah, thank you so much. I think there is one more fold remaining, if I'm right. Could that poll also be launched?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, dear team. I know classes are over, the school is over. But do not forget, I had put in the role players group that each one of you role players have to give me a story of your school life for 2 minutes. Because don't we all students find a wall, perch ourselves on that wall and exchange some gossiping notes about our gurus or teachers? So I begin with my first role player, that is Monica. Monica, if you're not reading the certificate, could you very quickly share with us, while we are sitting on the school wall, an incident of your school life that you remember?
Yeah, when I was in school, there were many. We are just new babies there in our school. We make a lot of mistake, and like every student, we also make fun of our teacher behind there, and in front of there act like we are really sincere student. And there are some teachers are there, like look at her, how she is sincere. They just appreciate in front of whole class, but they didn't know that what we say and what we think about them behind them. But the school journey, and as a new baby there in our school, it was a really good journey. Like it will never come again in our life. We miss that all the things. And I remember one teacher was there, and it was a workshop session. And what we did, we were doing our job. Really, there was some kind of job in that workshop, and other student giving attention and listening to them. But what happened, middle of it, some other teacher called us, and we were like, some other teacher also calling, and this teacher also want us. Then what should we do? Taking permission from this teacher is like a hesitating, and really, this teacher was really what we call.
She was a very strict teacher.
Yeah, very strict. Yeah, very strict. And we were in middle of it, that go out or not go out. Then we all seated like, no, just wait till the end of this session. Later we will go. Later we will go. And thinking of that, this session was never didn't ended in time, and we were like whole time seated. And later what happened, we didn't listen that workshop session and didn't go to the another teacher. It was like all fun.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful. I now come across to my counter person.
Hi,
Nayan, any incident, a small incident, a quick incident.
Toastmaster Kalpana.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Actually, I have got my next schedule pre-poned.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, I would like to take a leave for now. Thank you for
so much
inviting me. I look to come again, visit again.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming and joining us at SCTC. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Same to you all. Bye-bye. See you
Bye.
again.
Bye. Now we come down to Nayan. Nayan, a small incident, very quick, 1.5 minutes incident.
Incident
of your
regarding
school
I
life.
missed. Sorry?
Yes.
Guru. Is it related to Guru, right?
Okay.
So I would really wanted to thank one of the real Guru of my life, because of whom I have reached to a place where I am today. This is regarding my tuition teacher. I basically belong to a business family. I never been to serve, nobody from my entire family or extended family been into service sector. But I was really good in terms of studies. And even during my childhood, like class 3rd or 4th, I started joining my family business. But she kept pursuing that I should focus a lot in terms of my studies. And she was the one who fighted with my father. She regularly used to call once in a week to my father that don't take him to shop, don't involve him in the business. And because of her, I'm the first person who has actually moved out of a business family. I'm right now working as a consultant in one of the leading HR consulting firm. It's been almost 10 years. After seeing my growth, my everything, there are 3 or 4 cousins of mine also who have moved out of business. But I never got an opportunity to say thank you, what it means to me. But if you talk to anyone in my family also, they really feel that this entire picture or whatever the success that I'm having right now, whatever success I am having, is just because of one lady who has not got benefited out of it for even a single penny. It was just that she has seen some kind of a sparkle in me, that she believed in me more than anyone else. And then she pursued it like anything. She pushed my father to get me inducted into some of the best coaching institutes at that point in time. She pursued me that this option, go for that option. She kept continued counseling. And yes, nowadays, because I moved to a different city, it's been almost 7-8 years I have not talked to her. But really, I would like to thank her from bottom of my heart, because whatever I've achieved is because of her.
I hope she comes across this video. I'll see that if we can extract this part of the video, share it with you. You can share it with your teacher who has actually been a catalyst in your life. That was wonderful. We move on to Comedian Hridya with her story. Hridya, any Guru Dakshina to your gurus? The reason for yes.
Okay, is it like, should I mention a funny incident or
any? Yes, yeah, funny is also welcome.
I don't know if it's funny or not. When Kunal asked me if you name one teacher who you were scared of, so this incident struck me. So in my school days, I used to study, well, but I used to I was also involved in extracurricular activities. I was praised by students, but on the other side, I would do something, do some sort of thing, and I could earn a earful from teachers. So one incident was, it was in our physics class, and it was around 4th or 5th period, just before the lunchtime, and it's 12:30, and it's very hot, in Kerala, and you're very sleepy. So she was teaching us electromagnetic or something. So, but it was, I shouldn't say that, but it was really boring. And like we usually have a friend, when you're trying to concentrate in class, she jokes something, and you're next to her and you can't control. I'm the latter person. I can't control my wrath. So she said something. I was sitting beside her, and I just started just started laughing. And my teacher was writing something, and she turned around, said who was laughing, and everyone knows it was me, but because it was quite loud. And if I don't get up and say that it was my mistake, I shouldn't have laughed, then the whole classroom should face her wrath. So I got up, and she asked me, did you laugh? And I was like, no ma'am, I just I had a little cough, yeah. She's like, okay, is that how you cough? Just give me an example. What you did. Look, this is the sound of your cough. Just give it another try. I want to hear it. I was like, ma'am, how is that possible? She was killing me throughout the whole physics period, and class was just it was pin drop silence, and she was scolding me, going on, and lastly, yeah. And but the one factor, what was benefited out of it was we could get out of the boring physics electromagnetic class. But to help the other students, I couldn't name my friend because she was saying some joke. I laughed on that because she also faced the wrath of her, and I faced all the wrath, and I was like, after the period, I was saying, I'm sorry, ma'am, because you can't. What I did was wrong, so I was sorry, ma'am. So she was also she was also like, it's okay, dear. I also, at the heat of the moment, I said, I shouldn't have said I missed my whole physics class scolding you. It's all right, and you're forgiven. But after coming back to the class, my friends, they were overacting. They hugged me and I was like, thank God. Just laugh in the physics class, and they give me a weird nickname as well. So I'm not discussing that. So yeah, but that was pretty scary at that time. But when I'm thinking now, it's quite it's funny to me. Even I laugh, or even I have a smile on my face after thinking that. Yeah, after thinking that incident. Yeah, but it's not. Whoever is studying, it's not preferable to laugh at the teachers. Come up with something else. And don't. It's not a tough. Yeah. So come up with something more creative.
Uh, that was an incident, I think, with the teacher and the student. Both of them must have been awkward and at loggerheads, and that is what makes it different. We do have about 10 more minutes, but I will suggest that each and every speaker that I call out can try and finish their incident within 2 minutes. So Toastmaster Aarti, something in few lines before I move on to Toastmaster Joydeep. Please be ready with your incident too. Yes, Aarti.
Yes, I was not good at drawing, but that was my favorite subject. You must be puzzled why? Because I was not good at drawing human figures. But we have drawing period twice in a week. So I will go to the drawing teacher and I will tell him that I am not able to draw this. So he will draw half of the thing. And then in the next period, I will tell him that I am not able to complete it. Sir, can you please help me? So that teacher will draw the entire figure and I am done. So,
fantastic. Fantastic. Just before we move on to the declaration of certificates, Toastmaster Joydeep, just a 2-minute incident of your life.
I'll be quick. How many of you, I don't know, whether you returned to your school after your summer holidays, you enjoyed going back to I wasn't. It was first Monday after my summer holidays and I was pretty sleepy. I went and sat in the wrong classroom. I even didn't realize that these are not my classmates. The whole period went on, and when the teacher started taking attendance, I realized my name is not in the attendance list. That time she told me, "Beta, you are sitting on the wrong class. Your actual class is the next room. You should be moving on to." So that I still remember. It's still fresh. That's one of the most funniest and embarrassing moments that I had.
Fantastic. You know, at least right now, Joydeep, you're in the right class. Let us share the certificates and let's see who the winners are. Sa Monica, could you just share your screen and let us know who the winners are? The first we begin with the speakers. Best role player auxiliary is Toastmaster Nayan. Can you highlight Toastmaster Nayan and kindly take a photograph, Zoom Master? Highlight Toastmaster Nayan. So congratulations, Toastmaster Nayan. That's wonderful.
Thank you, everyone.
Welcome.
Is it done?
Yes, it is done. The photograph is
done.
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
done.
Dheeraj. Yeah, we move on to the next. Best table topics also goes to Toastmaster Nayan. Congratulations, Toastmaster Nayan. I think you should hear more often. Your son is lucky.
Yeah, completely.
I think he's still in your lap, if I'm right.
Yes, he's sleeping.
Yes, he's sleeping. All right. Okay, we move on to the next round. Yes. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Raj. Zoom Master, kindly highlight Toastmaster Raj. Toastmaster Raj. Kindly highlight Toastmaster Raj. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Raj, congratulations. Wonderful. It's great to have you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now we move on to the next. Oh, there is a tie between the best speaker, Toastmaster Aarti and Toastmaster Joydeep. Zoom Master, kindly highlight both of them. Toastmaster Aarti too. Highlight them side by side if it is possible. Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations, Toastmaster Joydeep. Congratulations, Toastmaster Aarti. We now move on to. You're welcome. Good.
thank you.
Best role player goes to Toastmaster Kunal. Kindly highlight Toastmaster Kunal. I hope all the photos are simultaneously taken. Dheeraj. Fantastic. Congratulations, yes. Toastmaster Kunal. Thank you so much, Dheeraj. Congratulations. Yes. And another 5 minutes. Can I call out Raj Bharat actually tell us one incident from his school life? that he really remembers and is would like to go down the memory lane?
Kalpana, kindly repeat what are you asking? I missed probably.
Could you just tell us an incident of your school life? It may be funny, it might be serious, sincere, that you remember, or in any life, any incident, sorry, where your teacher would have done it.
Okay.
Teacher would have actually, helped you out.
There would be a lot of such incidents or such moments I can recollect. But one of the moments just I always recollect in my mind whenever I thought of my school days, that I always used to make false promises. I mean, not false promises, like false reason to not to go to school.
Yes.
I always used to, just used to delay on the way to reach the school so that I can't get into, and I can come back to my home back saying that something happened and teacher did not allow me to get inside the classroom or inside the school. So whenever I was not feeling good to go to school, I always used to just used to make any false reason and used to come back to home. So really, I recollect always those moments. Whatever reason, maybe abdominal pain, maybe anything, head pain, body pain, whatever. But I have to give false health reason not to go to school always, mostly.
Yeah, we all had our own excuses, and stomach aches and headaches were quite common. I request all the Toastmasters to kindly switch on their cameras so that we can have a group photo. All the Toastmasters, kindly switch on your cameras so that we can all have a group photo. Ridhya, are you there? Ridhya, Remedian Ridhya, are you there? Could you just switch on your camera?
Sorry, I just had to go downstairs. Like you were asking something.
Yeah, could you just, I just wanted you to switch on the camera. We are having a group photograph. There we go, everyone.
Yeah, it's done.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dheeraj. With this, I call an end to the meeting number 68 of Speakers Community Toastmasters Club. But stay back. We always have a networking cafe without the coffee. Stay back.